Once you find yourself in a university, you are entitled to take student loan to enhance your education. The reason is that most people find it difficult looking after themselves when they are in school, and so governments do have initiatives where they give students loans at low interest rates so that they can help themselves with it. Sometimes use it to pay for their tuition, their accommodation, and even feed themselves. Okay, and technically student loan isn't for everybody, but technically it is for everybody. Whoever wants to take it can go ahead and take it, but you should take it when you need it, not because you're entitled to it. Most people do take their loans and then they spend it recklessly, not using it for profitable ventures. But after school, you are given about 2 year free period or grace period so that you can look for a job and then start paying with the accumulated interest. And so if you spend your money recklessly or on unprofitable things, then you're going to find yourself wanting at that time. And some people are so smart enough that they take their loans, even though they didn't need it to satisfy their needs at that time, but they just took it and then entered into profitable business or ventures, which is now giving them profits rather than supposed to be a debt for them. And that's what I'm talking to you guys about. I'm talking to you guys about 3 ways to make profit out of your student loan. So stay with me. I'll be right back.
Keep watching and listening to Love Dr. OB for your relationship advice, life goals, and financial tips.
Alright, welcome back. My name is Brother Bob. You can call me Love Dr. Obi on all social media handles. You can actually find me over there. I'm a relationship expert, I'm a researcher, and a financial analyst as well. So every week I bring to you amazing videos concerning relationships, concerning life goals, and financial stuff. So if you are new on my channel, please don't hesitate to hit on the subscribe button down there. I would appreciate that. And also turn on all notifications so that whenever there's a new video, you actually get it before anyone else. That's it. Now, on 3 ways to make profit out of your student loan, let me issue this disclaimer. If you don't really need student loan, don't force yourself to go and take it. All that I'm saying is that you can turn those proceeds into profitable venture if you are willing to do so. I happen to have experience in taking student loans, so I'm able to speak to you guys about the pros and cons of student loan. No matter what, don't think that because the government brought it, then it is an opportunity for everyone to go and take it. You will definitely pay it someday, and sometimes the interest could be accumulating. It can really be pressuring. Sometimes when you after school, you are not finding the job of your dreams, and then those people are also putting pressure on you to pay your debt. That's why I'm doing this video for you. If you find yourself in an educational institution where you find it difficult paying your tuition, then you've got to take the student loan and then help yourself with it. But if you are fortunate enough that you have parents or people who actually support or sponsor your education, then you don't have to take this student loan just for spending sake, but you can use it in a profitable venture. That's what I'm going to tell you. The first thing is that you can invest it in Treasury Bills. Because student loan is given to students not in the name of making profit but assisting students, usually the interest rate on student loan is lower than that of Treasury Bill. Okay, I remember in the year 2016 when I took my first student loan, the student loan rate was actually 12% and the Treasury Bill rate was actually 21% per annum. So you can imagine if I take this amount of money and then invest in Treasury Bill, after 1 year, you realize how much I will be able to get. I'll get an extra about 8% or 9% extra out of what I actually take. You've got to work smart. You've got to be smart, okay? The money was lying idle and you are entitled to it. And the reason I'm mentioning Treasury Bill is that Treasury Bill is technically risk-free. And so if you take the loan at a rate of 12% and then invest in Treasury Bill at the rate of 21% or 20%, I don't know what your current Treasury Bill rate is, you will be able to make some profit at the end of the year. That's a smart way of investing in your student loan. The second thing is that when I was in school, so many people were venturing into so many businesses I didn't know. If I had known, probably I would be a rich man by now or a big businessman by now. People were selling a lot of things, venturing into a lot of business. All I cared about was waiting for money from my parents. Whenever they have, they actually send me some. But people were actually venturing into businesses. Most people were doing some sort of local foods. Others were selling mobile phones, clothing, shoes, and other things. I didn't know because where I was coming from, it wasn't really like that. Okay, so I missed so much. So if you are someone who is so much interested in doing business, whilst people are taking their student loans to spend on groceries, on drinks, on clubbing and those things. You can just take those amount of money and then use it as capital to start such businesses. Okay, there are some businesses that do really move so fast on campus, especially on apparels, on shoes, on belts, on printing stuff, and pamphlets, and all those things. So if you are smart enough and you are able to take your student loan, which you don't really need it to pay your fees, but you are entitled to, you can use that one as a capital. And most people who are able to do business very well are able to get their returns at a higher percentage rate compared to the rate on the student loan. So if you are someone who is struggling to get capital to start a business, but you happen to find yourself in a university which you are entitled to take a student loan, then that could be a good avenue for you to get a capital to start your business. And mind you, this is for those who are very serious, because that money, though, is a capital, but it is a loan. And remember, the cost of capital will be applied accordingly. Okay, but if you are so serious of getting profit out of that amount of money, then that's a great avenue for you to go and then take the money and then invest in your business. Okay, this one can sometimes be tricky. In this modern time, there has been so many banks and mutual funds that are really fake and illegal, and they are misusing people's money or public funds. Okay, the third thing is that you can just take these student loans and invest in mutual funds or investment banks. One bank that I would like to recommend, and mind you, they did not sponsor this video, I'm just making it for reference sake, is Data Bank, who invests in mutual funds and other investment packages. Okay, so when you take this amount of money from the student loan, which is I think 12% interest rate, you can invest in the mutual funds, which averages about 15% per annum. Or you can even invest in about a long-term project. They have another fund called the B fund, which is also about 17 to 16% per annum. Okay, that's also another profitable venture for you to invest your money in. So don't always take your student loan and be squandering it and be spending with friends and families, because definitely it is an amount of money that you're going to pay, and at this time when you're taking it, you will not be able to see the consequence. But when the time comes and you're about to pay, that's where the problems actually start. I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so just look into all these three things, these three smart rules that I've talked to you about, and then research about them and then try to invest in them. It's a smart way of making profit out of your loan. So in the end, as people are struggling to pay off, you are rather getting profit and then using those money to invest in other ventures. So this is what I've got for you guys on how to get profit from your student loan. So if you are new here, don't hesitate to hit on the like button, and also don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and turn on all notifications so that when there are similar videos like this, you actually get it before anyone else does it. So I will see you in my next video. Stay blessed.